Exactly, to bring to your attention the fact that we do not have a functional commission.
I will preside with utmost decorum, sir.
Yes.
I suggest you use a better word. What do you mean? Anyway, go on.
We were inaugurated on the 2nd of July 2020 as a commission, and we've done 3 years and some days. And in those 3 years, no commissioner, especially through the right process of the commission, is aware of any application for certificate of compliance. There is no discussion of certificate of compliance after recruitment in line with section 28 of our rules. And this document is usually issued like a sole administrator by the chairman in her office, single-handedly. No state is opportune to see how their state fared, which is the objective of constituting a full commission with representatives from all the states of the Federation. When people apply for certificate of compliance or for waiver, we are supposed to, as a commission, sit at plenary, discuss it, see how our states fared, ask questions if you are not satisfied, and give approval, just like the National Assembly does when the president sends a list for appointment. After the committee has worked, the committee submits a report at the floor of the House discusses that report, and then take vote and agree, and then prepare a report and submit to the president, attaching all the extracts of that meeting. This is the same way our commission is supposed to operate. For the 3 years we have been in that commission, not one time, and I will invite the chairman to submit evidence to the contrary, have we taken this procedure to doing our work. Everything in the commission is run under the table and with serious opaqueness and no transparency, and Nigerians are not being represented. So to this effect, we have come with all our efforts to redirect the commission to doing things right, and the rebuff of the chairman in this regard. We want to tender them, so you will see the efforts we have made to ensure that things run properly at the commission should. That is why I say we have a dysfunctional commission, and we are here to present that case. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. That's why I allow you to. Thank you.
My name is
Before you speak, the last speaker, you have submitted your document, and we have adopted your presentation and the document. Well, go on, sir.
My name is Abdulrazak Adeoye. I am a commissioner representing Osun at the Federal Character Commission. With the permission of the chairman of this committee, I have a document to tender, and may I seek your indulgence to do little adumbration on the document. It will assist greatly this committee in achieving the goals set for the committee.
If you have a copy, use the copy, lay the document, we adopt it, you speak to the document.
I think I've submitted through one of the staff here.
Is it this one? I saw it without letter-headed paper.
Very well, sir.
Okay.
Very well.
Without name, without letter-headed paper.
I'm sorry, we compiled it.
Go on. We adopt your document.
Thank you so much, sir. With utmost respect, sir, I want to respectfully refer this committee to Section 14, subsection 3 of the Constitution, which is the basis upon which the Federal Character Commission was established. And the essence is to ensure fairness, promote national unity, and command national loyalty. And that is the fulcrum, the basis on which the commission was based. And for that reason, the drafters of the Constitution recommended the representatives of each state to be in the commission. And that is why we have 37 members, including FCT, and a chairman is appointed from any of the states by the president. Further, sir, Section 2 of the Federal Character Commission Act specifically says a lot about what defines what the commission is. The commission consists of the chairman and the members sitting at the plenary. And of course, Section 7 of the Federal Character Establishment Act refers to the power of the commission to decide and resolve matters that is in relation to the mandates of the commission. That is why we sit like National Assembly do. We call us as our meeting as well as plenary. We decide the numbers of issues. We make policy that will affect all the MDAs. And of course, we also have, I refer the committee respectfully to Section 5, subsection 1G of the Federal Character Establishment Act, which is the commission power to investigate. And of course, we also have power to prosecute any individual, corporate or incorporate, that violates the rules or directive of the commission. The commission has enormous power. Now, with regard to the document that I submitted, and with specific reference to the submission of the chairman of the commission, briefly, sir, with due respect, before I go into that, I need to bring to the notice of the committee, because I hold that duty where one sees that a crime is committed or to be committed. I hold a duty to make it known to the committee. For this reason, I want to say with all sense of utmost respect, and with the fact that I remember very consciously that I am under oath, the chairman of the commission created a synthetic identity for herself. When she introduced herself, she said she is Mohiba Dankaka. She is not Mohiba Dankaka. The document that the National Assembly, the proceedings of the Senate with which we are screened, the name in that document is not Mohiba Dankaka, it's Mohiba Farida Dankaka. When there was an issue raised by a particular NGO as regards the synthetic identity of the chairman, which he created, the chairman surreptitiously changed her name overnight. The document I have here that I'm going to add is an internal memo. I need to bring this to the notice of the committee because we need to assist the nation, we need to assist the system. The document, there was a memo which she issued to the effect that she has changed her name overnight. When we came on 2nd July 2020, she has been signing documents in the name for which the president sent to the Senate, and for which she was screened, and for which she was sworn in. However, the name I am referring to, which is Mohiba Farida Dankaka, it sharply contradicts all the names in her documents. I am under oath. I am challenging her to contradict what I've just said. She is adding a contradiction. The names in all her documents are full of inconsistencies. There was there was a creation of synthetic identity by her, and there has been efforts made by NGOs, individuals. EFCC was petitioned. EFCC started investigation up to a point, but we realized that they couldn't go on with it. Only God knows what happened, because we realized that along the line, there was a recruitment conducted by EFCC, about 900. I, that represent Oshun, did not know how the recruitment took place. They had to advertise, they did not. The former chairman of EFCC, Abdulrasheed Bawala, came to our office on a particular night, had meeting with her, and at the end of the day, nothing was heard about our investigation up to today. There was an existing petition against her regarding her created synthetic identity. Secondly, is that there was a petition to DSS. The DSS, still, we do not know the extent or what they are doing. It appears something went under. And for this reason, I want to say with all due respect and with the responsibility that I have to this committee, to this country, that the chairman of the commission is having an identity problem. She is not what she called herself.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you. Let me come in here. We shall definitely do our job. That I assure you. The submission you've made regarding to identity and what have you is duly noted by this committee. And we have taken cognizance of that, and we've appreciated your submission, and the committee will deep-rootedly investigate that, including mentioning of EFCC and the suspended Economic and Financial Crime Commission chairman and the DSS in that regard. So this committee accept and take into cognizance that submission you've made. May I, at this juncture, draw your attention to speak to other issues so that we will not allow you to continue to emphasize. I make this statement for you to know that we have taken notice of that and watch our proceedings, whether we are not going to attend to that. We shall do justice where justice is supposed to be needed. Keep that aside. It is with us now. It is before this committee. Move on with other presentation, please.
I am most grateful to the names of these Nigerians from the payroll of FCC and surreptitiously replace them without the knowledge of most commissioners. I said most commissioner because he has a cronies. Surreptitiously replace them. And when this issue was raised, the second document relates to a letter written, which was dated 1st December 2020, by her, which reads reconciliation of recruitment exercise. This was done by her with a view to the reaction of some of the members in the commission. However, the issue of job bracketeering, which is the basis for which this committee was set up, among other things, I am going to go into that, which will greatly assist this committee. We as a commission, some of us on this side, I need to make it known to the committee, we regard to ourselves as integrity group. We are Nigerians who stand clearly from the illegalities, from things that will not help the country as a whole, and we say we want to do the right thing. We wrote a petition in our capacity as commissioners to DSS requesting for covert investigation, that we are not happy. Her names are in the mud. We are not happy. We want this agency to conduct a covert investigation into this particular mess, because we have the responsibility to ensure fairness. However, the outcome is yet to be known. They are foot dragged on the conduct of the investigation. However, certain things happened. If the chairman look at the next document attached, which is titled Tinubu must intervene as job racketeering tears FCC apart, Dan Kaka fingered, DSS waiting. In this particular online media report, I need to say with utmost respect that this particular online report informed itself in investigative journalism, and upon which certain discoveries was made, which led to the production and circulation of this report. Since this report was held, her chairman did not see it or do not have the moral rights to say she is denying this report publicly. And of course, we felt terribly worried and disturbed about this particular report. If the chairman and the members look at, permit me, there is a particular page where some of the people who assisted her allegedly in selling slots and taking money, their names, their phone numbers, account details, everything are here, everything. Because as a commission, we have the responsibility not only to ensure fairness, but to deal with situations like this. But the chairman of the commission is fingered in this particular matter. Is directly fingered, and she has not come out openly to say, no. There is one of them, which is Abdulhakim Sanjo Shitu. DSS detained this guy for 35 days in Akure DSS office. Most of these people, the elder sister of Dan Kaka was fingered. Alaja Kudi, her phone number is here. Account details. There's another person, Mufta Okolawole Shitu, is also fingered. So now, it was on this premise that we felt the purpose for which we are fighting for justice, we are not going to back down. Now, the next document, with utmost respect, sir, the chairman of the commission made a reference to the effect that they have not done any recruitment. It is a lie. It is not correct. It is false. Sir, there was a recruitment that was done in 2021 of 24 people by the chairman alone. She signed the document, the employment letter, in her capacity as the chairman of the commission. We have the secretary of the commission who has the responsibility to sign the appointment letter. She did not allow her to sign because she did it surreptitiously by herself alone. The names, phone number of these people are added, are part of the document submitted. In addition to that, sir, a copy of the appointment letter signed by Muiba Farida Dankaka is also attached to this bundle of documents. Sir, it doesn't stop at that. Sir, it doesn't stop at that, sir. It will also interest you, with utmost respect, that these numbers of candidates paid for this job. There is a particular essay to the chairman, Kolo Aruna. He is the recipient. He is one of the people who received money on her behalf. Now, the account details of Kolo is here. The Kolo that we are talking about has been moved to Ancon. She moved him to Ancon. Now, the chairman, knowing full well the danger of this heinous allegation or heinous crime, hurriedly constituted a committee. The committee she constituted, headed by our honorable commissioner representing Kano, they sat, they held meetings, May I, with the utmost respect and humility of the chairman, read their findings. It's just like 3 lines. Sir, the first is that it has been established that 24 number of letters of appointment were issued without following laid down procedures. It has been established that 24 numbers of persons allegedly pay money for offer of appointment letters to Mr. Kolo Aruna, of which some of the money were paid through his agents. The letters of appointment were issued in January 2021. Out of the 24 persons, 17 were enrolled into integrated payroll. To worsen the situation, let me add that since
I'm
January...
happy that IPPS are opening their diary to take notes. You too, maybe you will have a director that will speak against a director, I don't know. It's good we laugh small, Abi, so we are not fighting. Huh? Commissioner from where? Oshun?
Yes, sir.
Try and summarize.
I am summarizing.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Further to that, sir, I want to add, with utmost respect,
Auditor General, you are laughing, you are smiling. I will equally ask you your audit report, whether you find out that and query them. No, I will not ask it. It's you I will ask.
Yes, sir.
So let's be reducing the temper, you know. Ocean.
Very well, sir.
Thank you.
So now, let me add with utmost respect, sir, that since January 2021, January 11, 2021, that these individuals have been given appointments, they were receiving salary from the federal government purse. That's
Before the 24 or the 15?
The 24 with respect, sir.
Okay.
Not all of them. 17 were receiving salary. The 7 did not receive. So, the 3 individuals that were mentioned in the report, Kolo Haruna, Yusa Ogambo, and Badamasi Abajallo, the account details of 3 individuals who receive this money.
You have 5 minutes.
I will not spend up to that. Now, in addition to that, sir, there is a table which accompany the report. The amount paid by individual candidates is indicated, and who received the money are all indicated. And with utmost respect, sir, I want to say with humility that if there is any individual that can be said to be above the law, if I'm asked, I will say it's Muiba Farida Dan Kaka. The reason is simple. There have been several investigations, several allegations against her. She prevents most of these allegations to be looked into. And we call ourselves Nigerians. Is she above the law? Whether rightly or wrongly, why can't she be investigated? And for this reason, sir, I want to conclude by saying the presentation I made, it was made in good faith on behalf of all my colleagues, on behalf of Nigerians who stand for integrity, who stand for truth, for fairness, and for justice. We are here. We thank you, the chairman and honorable members. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Before
I to the best of our ability, It is interesting that we expect federal character to give us details about other agencies that we are expecting to scrutinize them on fraud and mismanagement of public funds. And you seem to tell us that you give room for other agencies to commit those frauds. And we will move to the end of it. I want to say finally that you must author the document before we accept it. On behalf of us, even you that make presentation did not sign this document. So turn back of the document, sign and the us you are referring to, and give us. Otherwise, we'll consider your submission as a story for the newsmen. Thank you. I have said that you have not authored the document. We are very prudent personalities here. If the document is not authored, you are giving a nice story to the journalists, and it will stop there. Thank you. Any other person from any other person? Okay. From Bauchi.
That's why
You have a document?
I have a document to submit.
Okay.
Sign on my document.
Comments, observation, or submission contrary to what the chairman said or submitted. Maybe we should exhaust them so that the chairperson, the chairman, will not have rights of reply to all their allegations and submission. That is my application. From the tone of that gentleman, the commissioner, from which state, sir? Kwara. The chairperson, you're from which state, ma'am? You're from Kwara. Mr. Chairman, I plead, and I am...
Excuse me, commissioners.
I plead.
If we are not referring a question to you, don't answer.
Please.
We are not, our plenary is not like your own. Please. He is asking a commissioner from Kwara, asking the chairman from Kwara. Yes. You are responding in chorus. Please allow the person that the question is sent to respond to.
So, my dear colleagues and our guests, my
process that is being implemented in the commission, which is not in line with the Constitution, Act, rules of the plenary, and the corporate coexistence of Nigeria. That is germane. And that is what made us not to be able to produce information as regulatory authority, as you rightly said. We are supposed to submit regulatory information against these IPPS and others, which will be accurate. They are the ones to come to us to come and confirm, and it's not been done. I am the representative of the people of Kwara State. I cannot be able to say anything about that. I'm under oath. Thank you.
My name is Abdulwasi Kayode Bawa-Allah. I represent Lagos State. Just to buttress some of the points that have been made earlier, I wish to submit a memo, internal memo, issued by the Secretary on behalf of Mr. Chairman, requesting that from July 14, 2023, nominal roll and CBI should now follow document. CBI is what we call Character Balance Index. By Character Balance Index, what this helps us to do is in any MDA, ministry, and department that is imbalanced, we have a mechanism. If that...
I represent the South-South zone. When there is a request from any MDA, by practice and due process, the chairman ought to minute that request to that committee. Then the committee will request for the nominal roll, analyze, and look at the number that MDA are requesting at that particular time. Then we will now analyze it, which we call character balancing index. If it is 100, then we analyze based on what is in that nominal row. They will say 1 is going to Delta, 3 is going to Zozo State, 4 is going to Zozo State, based on the nominal role analysis. Based on that, we will now recommend that request back to the chairman with that character balancing index. That this employment must follow this process of this character balancing index. The MDA will go and come back with that employment, attaching all the successful candidates to that request of certificate of compliance. It is the process and the act that request of certificate of compliance should be brought to the plenary, which every commissioner in each state will have that request and character balancing index to go through to ensure that the states are fully represented in that particular employment. If approved by the plenary before the issue of certificate of compliance, none of the certificate of compliance that the chairman have issued to MDAs will resume 3 years now, pass through these processes. I want to inform this committee that all the UC MDAs, what I mean is that the NIMASA, the CBN, the DSS, all the highly paid agency, she is the chairman, she is the member, she is the secretary of all those committees. None, and I can vouch for the ones that are here on this other side, that as a member and chairman of MDAs under our supervision, she wrote a letter to the MDAs that non-chief executive on MDAs should interface with us. How can that be possible that a committee that we are oversighting, that we should not have interface with them? The letter she wrote to them is here, I will tender it. If any request of recruitment, the chairman of Federal Character, Dr. Muhiba Farida Dankaka.
Sir, the chairman Federal Character, move on.
Okay, the chairman Federal Character. We request the chief executives to come to our office and discuss 10%. She do collect 10% from all the MDA for all the employment she's signing. Based on that, those are all those 10% she's collecting. Those are the slot that she employ agents that she's selling. I have two employment letter here of her children of agency. One particular employment, she employed 2 of her children of GCMDs, where annual salary here is 6.1 million, while the other one is 8.2 million. I have the appointment letter here. And I just also want to inform this committee, if she finds any other agency doing employment that she's paying more than this MDA, she will move them to that MDA. She move them from one MDA to MDA. Then lastly, the letter of appointment she signed for those 24 ghost worker, because I call them ghost worker because they are receiving salary after paying for the job and get appointment later. They also refuse to resume work. The account number of the transaction of those transaction, I have the account detail here. If this committee requests for the account statement of this account I'm bringing now, all these transactions of this job selling of agent of the chairman, you will see all of them. And they have a center pool.
I don't know what is wrong with our mic that we cannot on and stop it.
Yes, she have a lot of agents selling slot for her. After selling, they have a central pool where they remit all the other monies to, whereby they will withdraw and collect USD and give to her. I have all the account details here. In my submission, we have a lot of things to review, which is under her cover.
Off your mic, please.
No. He's not talking about me. So everybody know that we have established procedures. He said, we don't want you, thank God you know we are all under oath. And this thing you are saying are very, very sensitive. So make sure you have facts to support your submission against any MDAs or individual. May I urge you to come and submit, tender all the evidences.
Yes,
and including evidences you have mentioned that you have not tendered. We will give you the opportunity to tender that.
Okay.
So come and tender this one.
Yes, Chairman, in my conclusion.
Yes, conclude in 30 seconds.
In my conclusion.
Please, if we...
The objective of this committee is to fish out job racketeering in this country. I want to inform this House that requesting for all the waiver and certificate of waiver and certificate of compliance, they should also attach all the employment that certificate of compliance is being issued upon. I submit.
Thank you. That one we only ask the MDAs.
To the submissions that my honorable colleagues have made. I speak today because I am very hurt and disappointed. We had such great expectations of our chairman. She's a woman, she's a Muslim, she comes from the northern part of Nigeria. And to hear and see all these allegations and experience what we've all experienced in the last 3 years is disappointing.
Excuse me, sir. Are you speaking because she is from northern Nigeria and from Muslims?
No.
From federal character, a commissioner of federal character?
No. Let me finish, Mr. Chairman.
I may not allow you to finish. If from the pillar of your submission, your disappointment is on the basis of sentiment of faith
it is
and
not.
religion.
It is not.
Okay.
Let
me allow you to finish.
It is not. And you allow me to finish. I have brought that as an introduction because we as women have always been looked at as the weaker sex, and we are always expected to disappoint. That is the reason that I brought this up at the first instance.
So what was the reason that you bring the region and the religion?
No, just to introduce the personality and to make you understand how...
The first one is understood. The gender.
All right, I stand corrected. I stand corrected.
that statement of
I withdraw it.
region.
I withdraw it.
Thank you.
So, as the chairman, we all expected that we would be carried along and we would work for the unison of Nigerians. What we have experienced in the last 3 years is, to say the least. We are disappointed in ourselves. We are disappointed that we that have been given the responsibility and task of ensuring that we represent every Nigerian from every part of Nigeria have been denied that opportunity. And it has taken us this long to get here.
Off your mic, please.
The Honorable Commissioner from Kaduna State were at an investigative hearing. What we're expected to do here, ma'am, is to take submission, right? But from your speech, it appears you are drawing conclusion.
Yes.
You are drawing conclusion. Please, I don't want you to go that way. If you have allegation to make, you so do, right? And back it up with documentary evidence. We shouldn't at this point draw conclusion. Mr. Chairman, that is my observation. Thank you.
That is why we need to have elders against him or her will be. So what if you equally have skeleton in your cupboard? Allow us to listen to everyone. But when you begin to say...
my sincere apologies.
Please, so say what you want to say.
My sincere apologies. I will withdraw my statement. This will be heard, and the committee, as promised, will keep to their word and ensure everyone here is given a fair hearing. Like my colleague from Oshun had said earlier, this is not a witch hunt on our path. We are just all here to ensure that the right thing is done. So I sincerely apologize to members of the committee. Maybe I may have taken a bit away by passion or sentiments, but I sincerely apologize to all members here, and thank you very much for this opportunity to speak.
Thank you. The last person.
This I will submit. I'm supposed to supervise science and technology group. I'm the chairman of that committee. This, I brought only one, and if you ask for more, I can bring more. I brought just one to support what the Oshun and Commissioner and others have said. As the chairman of the committee, there was a request for waiver, and it was sent to me, and I made the recommendation. I was working on it, but my chairman, my executive chairman, decided to send her staff to go and do the monitoring. Why I brought this up is because going through the file subsequently, she made a comment that I was aware and not ready to recommend for the certificate of compliance. I didn't go for the monitoring. I have all the documents. She suggested that an ordinary staff in her office go for the monitoring, and they went. And I didn't understand that. That confirms some of the things we've said. The fact that the place is not run properly.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you tender it, please? Okay, sir.
My name is MT Alakai. I represent Nasarawa State at the Federal Character Commission. Mr. Chairman, I want to start by saying that I align myself totally with all the documents submitted in respect of the issues at stake. I want, however, add more, that we couldn't have gotten to this point if the chairman were a listening chairman. We are taking far-reaching steps to internally resolve these issues, to draw her attention to follow procedures and rules that are sufficiently explained to her, but she wouldn't listen. She would rather want to operate as a sole administrator. When we started, all the 37 of us, except 3, all the 34 of us signed a document, reported to her, led by the elderly people among us that we respect them, to draw her attention to the fact that she's operating outside the laws and guidelines. But the reply back was to tell us that she's not going to deal with the 37 characters. That is on record. It's in our minute of our meeting. Now, we didn't relent. We continued responding, calling her attention severally. Madam failed to listen to us. She wouldn't listen to any of us. We were forced to go even to the media. At a point, the National Assembly called us. And I didn't come, but I watched it on the news, on AIT. It's like you're going to tear her apart. But at the end of it, nothing came out of it. Because she has always said, nobody can touch her. This is said verbally. When you draw attention, even in the meeting, say, please, no, this is the way I do it. When you come, you can do your own. You don't operate like that. Federal character is set up by act. And the drafters of this law, the intent of the law is that every operation of federal character should be conducted transparently so that no state complains of being shortchanged. That is the basis. That no state should complain of being shortchanged.
1 minute.
I'm representing a state. I don't know what, since I came, all the agencies that recruited, I don't know what is the stand of Nasarawa State. But Madam will go ahead from eventually most of the commissioners step back because she intimidates them. And most of them went back to her. And she rewards them with even trips. For instance, where the commission went to Rwanda recently. The first set where I had her cronies that went with her. The second set were those who are sitting on the bench. And the remaining last set, which is our set, none of us have traveled up to now. Over 2 months now, they came back. But those people went within a week and two and came back, and the rest went. This is the kind of thing that she uses to intimidate commissioners. I'm sorry, we don't get intimidated. We stand by the truth and will remain steadfast with the truth.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I want to tender a document to support what my colleagues have said so far. For example, her son was employed in NCC, which I am aware. Just last week, she transferred the son from NCC to regulatory downstream regulatory petroleum commission. Just about this week. And
can you tender the document?
He did his documentation with IDPIS just this week.
To agree with yourself, we have accepted them, we have adopted them and accepted them in evidence, isn't it? But you will do us a huge favor by writing collectively to make reference to those documents in one submission signed by all of you and give this committee. Please, you already have the evidence. It's just to write covering letter endorsing by all of you that agree to submit. Some of those evidences are not here. To submit and give us is very important. With all your signatures, both for and against, this is applicable to two parties, to both the two parties. Mr. Mann, it's against our procedure, but we are a democratic house. If you say rubbish, we'll give you back rubbish. Well, talk, sir. Because you are not a commissioner. We are interacting with commissioners. And are you from Federal Character?
Yes, sir.
Are you from there?
Yes, sir.
What is your position?
My name is Adebi Sulami Babatunde.
People that are anybody to come and say, we are not protecting anybody. Right officially, sir.
I have written several times to this.
Have you written to this committee?
To, yes, Federal Character Commission Committee in House of Rep. I have written to Senate Committee of Ethics and Privilege and Public Petition.
I'm asking you.
On our side of the divide, we come to embellish our story. I think that it will not be right for a member who is not directly accused to begin to build a case either for or against. The issues about the commission not acting in accordance to law are not as weighty as the actions of the chairperson of the commission. And therefore, Honorable Chairman, honorable colleagues, I urge that the person who has been so alleged very heavily with weighty allegations should be given the opportunity to first speak to these issues before we allow other commissioners to do. That's my motion and I so move. Chairman, honorable colleagues.
Sustain, please. Sustain, please. Chairman, investigation is carried out.
When you fight corruption, corruption will fight you back. My name is Mohiba Dankaka, popularly known as Farida. My business name in Nigeria is Farida Business Ventures. I produce rice. I distribute for the past 35 years. I didn't come to this place to make money, but to serve my father's land. I have 37 commissioners. Objectives are some of them, what brought them is quite different. What they are looking for is quite different. And I swear with Almighty God, apart from the old, I can take gold, I can take Quran. They gave me a Quran, that's what I saw with. Before I came here, I've made my name. I've made my money. I didn't come and tell you with all, please, with all respect to everybody. God forbid. God forbid. Let me tell you a small story. Some of them, not all of them, they have reasons why they are attacking me. And I'll see.
They mention your name, so mention their name.
I will, one after the other. When I first came in, most of them, they are my party close people around here. Have said, Oshu is always in my office. All of them, they are always in my office. But what they wanted me to do, I told them I cannot do it. I'm a very quiet person. And I keep certain secrets as the secretary chairman. Even if I'm not here, I have to just swallow certain things and leave everything in the hands of God. Before I came to this place, they were selling slots. The place is like a market. And you can find out from people that live in Abuja if I'm lying. When I came in, I met with all the commissioners. And I told them that they gave us a plan. I don't want anything that will destroy me or my family. And they can bear witness, all of them here, were under your voice. Some of them here, like Osho, he bought a property and told the person that owns the property that he will be paying with slots. I stopped it. I have it, they took it to court. It's right inside. I'll bring them because I did not know that they have planned this thing. I shall come with documents. Order. I stopped Lagos from going around because they were going around from one place to another with some fake commissioners, his friends. And I have people that they've gone to. I will not mention the names, but when you call me, I will call them. I send letters to Lagos, to all the colleagues, to all the MDs in Lagos. If you do not see my signature, do not honor it. And the same thing for Rivers. I sent a letter to Rivers. If you don't see my signature, do not honor it. I'm so surprised. But I will come back to that. I have 37 commissioners. If you look at it, I wish all of us are here. All those people that are former governor, former deputy governor, former minister, they are not, most of them are not here. Professors and so on, if they are here, they will testify to it. They are all by my side. Yes, I have 30, and he has 7. And I took my grant that period. I'm not saying it's all of you, but they instigated others to join them because I refused. I refused it because of the Quran, and I refused it because what am I looking for in this world again? What am I looking for? My children that are all grown up. I don't even houses, I have houses everywhere before I joined this place. I have my business. So what am I looking for? I told them, and some of them, they joined me. They now call themselves integrity side. They were, whatever you are going to, that is going around, they are the one. Social media that is going around the whole Nigeria, they are the one. But I refuse to say it. I want to ask, before you get appointment in this Nigeria, you must have checked everything you have. I didn't school in abroad, I school in Nigeria. I have my classmates everywhere. I went to ABU and BUK. In BUK, I was the only lady in the class of 40. I was the only lady in the class. As I'm talking now, my classmates are still writing you. During my MBA level, I have classmates everywhere. I have to explain. It's my personality attack now. Sorry.
I'm coming. Honorable members, just hold on, please.
Secretary Chairman. The secretary handed over 24 committees to me. He's here. I don't know if from many items and the next. And because we are 37, I want everybody to be active. I changed everything to 37. Here you see it. This is Abia. This is Adamawa. This is Akwa Ibom. We have 37 of them. Everybody, they have their committee chairman. And we now put each one of them, they have one per zone. As a member. What our act says, When anybody, either the executive, maybe the DG or the MD, when they come in, they will see me first. And we, together with whoever is the chairman, we welcome them in. They will go and interact with him. Sir, like WIKELEAKS, it was when he got there that he went, you had only secondary school, that he went back to school. They are not always around. Yes, they are not always around. Will I now ask an MDA to wait for them? Maybe it's about a week they come back. I have queries I gave to some of them, and I'll bring them. I gave queries to most of them. They don't come. And when I look at it that it's about 4 or 5 days, what will I do? I ask another person to take over.
I hope you will ask those that we ask them to come. That
they will all come. We are going to call us back. Everybody will still come back. 37 of us. 36. So what will I do? Will I have MDAs to wait? And let me tell you something. I swear with Almighty God. I'm coming with the word that is on me. Yes. I will come. Most of them is their personal interest what they are looking for. And yes, and I want to go further because later I'll ask the secretary to say one or two things.
Calm down, calm down.
Where did you become cameraman guy? How have you become a cameraman?
Chairman,
we are battling this.
I want to talk about DSS.
Because this is why I want to bring your attention.
So it's peace.
One of them wanted to have the list of the DSS, NFIU, NDLEA, and some other ones that are sensitive. And I told them, if you bring out this list out, for them they can go and wipe out their family. I refused them. Yes, there are some MDAs that are sensitive, that are with me. But what I did, I constituted about 10 of the elders. They are the one in charge. They are the excuse me, sir, let me explain myself now. Let me explain. So what are we talking about in the DSS? The people, excuse me, when they did the employment, sir. Yes, sir.
Each and every member of the committee, you are protected.
Yes, thank you
by
very much.
Spirit of justice. But the justice are coming. Yeah. But if every member of the committee have right at a point to sought clarification from what you say.
We are still going to
come together. Okay, I have something to say. May you pause and small.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Motion. Please, your duty is to speak to the issues. You don't have any right to swear anybody. Your duty is to speak directly to the issues canvassed. And let me go a step further to inform you. If you have all these issues as to Mr. President's approval, waivers given, numbers asked for, you reply, you acted. These are the documents this secretariat asks you to present to this committee.
We are not aware.
And you have not so done, you have not done that.
Excuse me, sir.
Please, can you listen to me? Please, can you listen to me? Your duty is to whether President gave an approval. All the approvals Mr. President gave must be submitted to this committee. Parliament has scrutinized presidential approvals and have given a number of interpretations. So we are not cowed by president's approval. We want to see the president's approval. So every document, assuming that you have all these documents you are referring to, I don't think that you need to be replying them. Reply them with these documents to this committee, and the committee will do justice. Let me also advise you that these allegations is not the tipping point of this investigation. Yes. It's not the tipping point of this investigation. The tipping point of this investigation is employment racketeering. When we finish with that, then we will have us to deal with these other issues that may have bedeviled the racketeering that had the need for this investigation to be carried out, as was moved in the floor of the chambers by our colleague, Right Honorable Wale. So please, I advise you, and don't speak in anger, because you will be giving more evidences against yourself rather than responding to the allegations. That's my final advice.
I think the last point there, and the document, we hand them over to her to enable her respond to this committee and appear back before the committee on Monday with 36 commissioners of the Federation. She say aye. Aye. And those against, she say nay. The ayes have it. But on the lighter note, the secretary to the commission want to say something. Before he said, before you talk. Okay, I'm coming.
One member is on medical leave.
Members have made comments. We want you to submit about MPs. Our brain works here. You have said you have written to MPs to give you waivers. You made mention of that.
Yes.
I'm coming, ma'am. You made mention of that.
The previous one.
It's equally confusing.
Not
that I'm coming, ma'am. That an institution, whether you like it or not, this committee is fair to the two parties. At the end of the day, we will do the right thing based on the facts submitted to us. If you bring facts to defend yourself, fine. If you don't bring, so be it. Now on this issue, it's confused the members of this committee.
It's before we came.
I'm coming back. Yeah. Even the record you gave us regarding to the time you took over from 2020 is not up to date. So, do you want us to believe the federal character is serious? That a document that emanates from you to agencies, you are now writing to agencies to give you back those documents? Does that make sense, ma'am? Can you explain how
we came in 2020. From 2015 to 2020, it has always been acting. So most of the documents, they removed them before we came in. 2020, we came in July. So, and when I asked,
before you move on, do we put it on record that the chairman federal character have said that before you came in 2020, documents were removed in federal character before you came in?
Yes.
Are you saying yes?
Yes.
Clap, take notes. Move on.
So,
the chairman federal director.
They didn't find it.
It sounds logic.
Was not found. Was not found, not removed, sir.
We couldn't
with an amendment, when they were not found in the file.
Our own is 20 today.
They were not
we have
in the
all our
file.
documents.
So, ma'am, you don't have some of these documents, you don't have them.
That's what we meant
here.
This man.
Even from 2020 to date, we have all our documents intact.
I don't think we will be able to get it right. So, it means therefore you've not wasted your time. You ask them to stop producing without the salary and give us the submission, the total salary you discharge every month. It's very important. It's very, very important. Nigerians need to know how much are those civil servants who are under IPPS government is paying them every month. And if you do that, you will be helping us in reducing the pressure of interfacing with all other agencies that we are going to call here, in identifying discrepancies and seeing where wrongs were committed. So without having those details, I don't think our engagement with you will be appropriate. You will be able to produce them today and come with them tomorrow. Your IPPS now, Accountant General Office, you should be able to have digital photocopiers that can photocopy 1,000 pages per minute. You should have. And secondly, the soft copy.